My dear students, very good morning. So we were doing the complex number, and the very last topic we are going to touch, that is cube root of unity. Okay, so let's get started with the topic. So first of all, let me give you the introduction. What do we mean by the cube root of unity? Unity says 1 and cube root says this. Okay, so what do we mean by cube root of unity? If I ask you what will be the cube root of 1, you will tell me that will be 1 only. So, let us consider, let x be the cube root of unity. The results are really amazing. We'll just solve it for x be the cube root of unity. That is, x is equal to cube root of 1. Okay, this cube root of 1 is nothing but 1 upon 3. Okay, so x is equal to 1 to the power 1 upon 3. If this power will go that side, so it will be cube, x cube is equal to 1. Take 1 this side, so x cube minus 1 equal to 0. 1 can be written as 1 cube. Now use a cube minus b cube identity, which is a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square equal to 0. If x cube minus 1 cube equal to 0, the degree of this equation is 3. That means we'll get the roots, 3 roots of x. So we put this is equal to 0 first, and x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0, this one. So from here we are getting x is equal to 1, and from this one, this is a quadratic equation, we need to use the formula method. So how we will do? X is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4 into 1 into 1, 4 upon 2. So minus 1 plus minus under root of minus 3 upon 2. Now this is an imaginary thing. Alright, so what can we write to this one? Can we write root 3I upon 2? Alright, so what will be the 3 root of this equation? X is equal to 1. The another value is minus 1 plus root 3I by 2, and the another value is, third value is minus 1 minus root 3I by 2. So clearly 1 cube root of unity is real and another 2 are complex numbers. So this result you have to remember. Are you getting? Okay, now let us understand what are the properties of this cube root of unity actually. Okay, so just remember, this 2 non-real roots of unity are this, and the real root is equal to 1. So what property says that? Just let me write. Okay, let us come to the property now. So what does the property says that if you take one root, that is minus 1 plus root 3I upon 2, and if you square it, so you will get minus 1 minus root 3I upon 2. You just solve it. I'm leaving it for you to just prove that this value is equal to this one. And if you square the third root of the x, so what we will get? Minus 1 plus root 3I upon 2. Isn't this amazing that if you take one root and square it, you are getting the another root. And the third one, if you are taking, you are getting the second one. So from here, what we can understand, let us consider one of the root. Let us consider one of the root be omega. This is read as omega. Okay, so we will be going to use the one of the root be omega. So if I consider that what will be the roots? So x is equal to 1 comma omega comma, what will be another? Will it be omega square? Because if I'm considering any of the root as omega, I'm getting the another root on squaring that particular root. So if I consider one root as omega, what will be the another root? Can I write in terms of omega square? Alright, so in this whole chapter, we shall consider omega as this root. That means we got 3 roots, no? 1, this one, and this one. So throughout the chapter, throughout the topic, we'll consider omega is equal to minus 1 plus root 3I upon 2. So what will be omega square? Square of omega is this one, which is another root. So can we say the three roots of x is 1, omega and omega square. Remember, in all of the book, wherever you go, whatever you study, the value of omega will be fixed, that is minus 1 plus root 3 I upon 2. We consider this only. And omega square is this one. Now, what thing you have to remember, see what all properties we will see now, that 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. Now this is your duty to just prove that how this became 0. The sum of the cube root of unity is 0. You know what is 1, you know what is omega, and you know what is omega square. Solve it. Okay, let me solve. This is 2, so taking LCM 2 plus minus 1 will be minus of 2. This will be cancelled upon 2. All the things are cancelled, 0 upon 2, which is 0 only. Alright, so this is the very first property, 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. Now what is the second property? Says that omega cube is equal to 1. The product of the cube root of unity, the product of the cube root of unity, omega cube is equal to 1. Now how you will find omega cube? Can we write omega cube as omega in omega square into omega? Okay, so omega square you already know. What is that? This one. And omega is, now use a plus b, a minus b identity, or just you do whatever you want to do. Get 1 as an answer. This is your duty. Okay, so these two properties you have to keep in mind. Okay, one more thing we can understand, as omega is minus 1 plus root 3 I upon 2. If I take the conjugate of it, I'm getting omega as minus 1 minus root 3 upon 2. So omega is equal omega. So what can we write from here? That omega square the whole bar is equal to omega. Can we write like this? Now you try to understand how I have written this thing. So keeping in mind all the things, let us go to the questions now. Okay, exercise 5.6. The very first question. Find the cube roots of minus 27 and show that the sum of cube roots is equal to 0. You have to prove the first identity, first property. So consider x is equal to minus of 27. Take minus 27 here, so it will be plus 27 equal to 0. Sorry, cube is there. Cube root, if they are asking, so 1 upon 3 and that 3 will come here, so you can understand. Okay, cube x cube plus 3 cube equal to 0. Now get the three values of x. Now after that, sum of the cube roots is equal to 0. Sum of cube roots means whatever three values you will get, just add it and get the value as 0. Or you consider omega, that I told you what to do. So you can go by that way also. Okay, let us understand the second question. If you have to prove that 1 plus alpha, 1 plus beta, 1 plus alpha square plus 1 plus beta square equal to 1, and you are given that alpha and beta are complex cube root of unity. What do you mean by complex cube root of unity? Except the one, what all the two cube roots that are called the complex cube root of unity. So let us consider alpha is equal to omega. What will be beta in terms of omega? It will be omega square. Or you consider, if you consider beta equal to omega, then alpha will be omega square, vice versa. Okay, so alpha square, this will be alpha square, and this will be omega square will be omega to the power 4. Okay, so now let us see the identities. What can we replace, or what can we write in place of what things? We know 1 plus omega square is 0. So take omega square that side. So 1 plus omega is equal to minus of omega square. Or if we keep omega square here, it will be minus of omega. And another identity we know, omega cube equal to 1. In place of 1 plus omega, we are writing minus of omega square. In place of 1 plus omega square, we are writing minus of omega minus of omega, and this omega to the power 4 we are writing it as omega cube into 1, and in place of omega we can write 1, so it will be 1 plus omega. So minus minus minus, so all in all minus, this will give you omega to the power 4, and as I already told you, this will be 1 plus omega. Again 1 plus omega we can replace it with minus of omega square, minus minus plus omega to the power 6 can be written as omega cube the whole square. Omega cube is 1, 1 square is 1. So that is how you have to make some relation from the identities, okay, properties, and you have to solve this question. These are very easy question. I know you will not face any of the problem in this one. Okay. Alright. Now another taste of question. 2 plus 5 omega plus 2 omega square the whole power 6. We have to prove 729. Now if you see, you are having 2 and you are having 2 omega square, and one property we can use, like 1 plus omega square equal to 0. So as we can take common, but we have 5 omega. So I'm splitting this 5 omega as this 2 omega and this 3 omega, so that I can take 2 common from this one, and in place of 1 plus omega square I can easily write 0. So that is how you have to use your brain and solve the question of such type. Okay. So as you can see the solution, please try to understand this thing. Okay, and we'll head to the next question. Okay, let us do this question. It says that P plus Q omega plus R omega square upon R plus P omega plus Q omega square, you have to prove this is equal to omega square. You know, we don't have any option of, if you think that we can rationalize it, or we can do anything here and there, so that won't work. Or else you can do one thing, you take this denominator this side, multiply it with the omega square, and then you can do one way. What will be the another way? That you let us manipulate our proof. This is omega square. If I multiply omega on the RHS, then I need to multiply in the LHS also. Why I'm trying to multiply omega in the RHS? Because it will become omega cube, and we know omega cube is 1. So that is why let us multiply both the sides with omega. It will be omega cube, and which is equal to 1. So we only need to prove this quantity is equal to 1. Multiply omega in the numerator, so you'll get P omega plus Q omega square plus R omega cube upon R plus P omega plus Q omega square. I guess you can understand that we got whatever we want. All the things are same, cancelled, and equal to 1. So that is how we will do this question. Alright. Now I hope that you will do this exercise. Just please go through all the examples. As I always say, that if possible, try to solve this example in your fair copy. Understand 5.6 exercise. I guess I have done only 3 to 4 questions, and you know the reason why I have done only 3 to 4 questions, just to make sure that you should be very good in it. It is not the thing that I'm trying to complete the syllabus, that is why I'm just rushing it so fast. This is nothing like that. You know, I can take 10 days on the complex number. That is not a problem for me. The only thing is I want you to solve the question, because in the 11th class you have to do a very, very, very hard practice. You are polishing yourself in the 11th class, because 11th class is the base of your career, I can say. Or if you are going in the higher studies, then 11th class is the very base. So your base should be concrete, and to make it concrete, I will use my way of making it. So my way says that I want the student to do more and more question. If I will do from my side, then what, you will just watch it and maybe you will do or not do. How I can know? So what you do the examples and exercise. Any doubt, surely I'll just clear it. Okay. So thank you so much, have a nice day, and do the practice.